Here are 5 top tips to increase your productivity. These are my 5 favorite ones. Number 1, time slotting. Also, you can call it time blocking. This consists in looking at moments in your calendar and literally blocking them out. This can be for a specific task, it can be for a meeting, it can also be for some time that you want for yourself. It can be for a hobby, but it helps you to be a lot more organized and structured if you actually time slot it and time block it. Same. A few things to keep in mind when you're doing this. First of all, looking at how long a task actually can take. What happens is people that use time blocking, a lot of the time, they actually put one thing after the next. 8 till 9, I'll do this report. 9 till 10, I'll do that. Even I do that. But the difference is I do this, but I schedule an hour for something I know could probably take me half an hour, 45 minutes. It's allowing that extra space. Thinking, what is the range of time that task can take you? Anything between half an hour and a half, and therefore blocking the maximum time or something close to it on your calendar in your time blocking to allow that extra space, to allow for surprises, interruptions, needing a break, quick snack. If you don't leave any room, you'll end up burnt out because you won't have the chance to have any breaks. This is a huge aspect also of time slotting, is taking into account breaks, which leads me to my second tool, which is Pomodoro. So Pomodoros consist in working hyper-focused for 30, 45 minutes and taking 5, 10, 15-minute break. Now, 15-minute breaks you'll probably do if you work an hour or so. The concept is basically working hyper-focused for a given amount of time and then taking a break for another given amount of time, and finding what's the best combination for you. Some people like 30 minutes, 5-minute break, 30 minutes, 5-minute breaks. Other people like to work an hour and a half, but take 15, 20-minute breaks. The reason why this is so essential is because it forces you both to prioritize and look at what is it exactly you're going to work on, but also to take breaks. So you're functioning more from intention and a lot less from autopilot. You can use Pomodoro apps, or you can just be aware of it yourself. If you start working at a task at 11 and you aim to finish it at 11:30 or 12, that depends on how you work. But if you know you can get caught up and forget breaks, then maybe having an alarm or a system can help you. This leads me to single tasking, number 3. So important, so important. I say it all the time. You can use this when you're in your hyper-focus moment, when you're doing your Pomodoro, but the idea is that when we're multitasking, we're opening all these little windows in our head and our attention is totally scattered, and this drains our energy. It means we can't function optimally. It just doesn't work. So instead, looking at what is it you want to work on? How are you going to manage your attention by paying full respect in some ways to that task? Super important, single tasking. Number 4, most important task, with MIT, or eat that frog, as Brian Tracy says. Starting every single day with what you feel is the most important for you, or what you feel you need to do, because that's when you have the highest energy levels. It's also when you have the least interruption, the most clarity of mind. So starting every single day with that task can help you both to feel productive, but also to at least have one big element done that day. So I love starting with my most important task, and I really notice the difference between the days when I do and the days when I don't. It's a lot more reactive, a lot more emails by default and social media and all the rest if you don't start with your most important task. So start noticing for yourself. How do you feel when you start with your most important task? How do you feel when you start on autopilot and check your emails? Super important. And last but not least, number 5, time tracking. If you don't know how you're spending your time, how can you optimize it? Looking at how do you spend it during the week? Where do all those hours go? Having it really clear in your mind, when are you doing which tasks? When are your calls? What type of activities are you doing? Maybe color coding them or thinking of the different categories. When I started to put this in place, I would notice how long did I spend on content creation? How long I spent on coaching sessions? How long did I spend on admin? And I think, okay, what needs to happen for me to be doing a lot more of the fun stuff? How do I get more coaching sessions, speaking, content creation, and less admin? What needs to change? And maybe you'll think to hire an assistant, or maybe you'll find different methods. But time tracking can really, really help you to see, where am I actually spending these hours? What can you reduce and eliminate? What can you delegate? So I love this one too. So those were my 5 top tips on improving your productivity. I use these all the time. So do my clients, and I find them of being huge value. They make such a difference to daily productivity. Hope you enjoy them. Please leave a comment telling me which one you want to start using today, or which one has helped you most so far. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to my channel.